First, taking them right down the far side to dispute the lead. Cable right up on the outside with Tags Island. A couple of lengths then to Muthaza, who's over in third first. So making the way, brought horse and rider quickly up. So making the way now on the descent. Picking up the running, Cable and Paul Townend move on a couple of lengths in front of Tags Island and David Mullins. Then a break of a few lengths to the long odds-on favourite Muthaza. And then St. Lawrence's Gap, followed by Buyer Beware, and behind Buyer Beware is the last Marjou. Bringing up the rear is Blackbird's Lane. So they're on the run now to the flight that will take them on the approach to the straight, with Cable bowling along in front of Tags Island, with Muthaza in third. St. Lawrence's Gap is in fourth place. Buyer Beware, the last Marjou, and Blackbird's Lane. So they come round the bend now to swing into the straight to the flight that will bring them up to race in front of the judge. And out in front is Cable coming to this one. In the middle of the track, out in front of Tags Island, followed by Muthaza, with St. Lawrence's Gap, tracked by Buyer Beware, the last Marjou, and Blackbird's Lane. So they make their way up now to pass the winning post, with a complete circuit of the track ahead of them in the Radisson Hotel Galway.com and the Galway Bay Hotel.com Novice Hurdle. Cable and Paul Townend out clear, 12 lengths in front of Tags Island David Mullins, with Muthaza, Ruby Walsh, and then St. Lawrence's Gap and Brian O'Connell, followed by Buyer Beware and Roger Loughran, with the last Marjou, Mark Walsh ahead of Blackbird's Lane and Dennis Hogan. So they're making the turn now to pass the halfway point. A mile ahead of them and swinging into the back straight. On now towards the first of the flights on the far side. And Cable is a clear leader from Tags Island, followed by Muthaza, St. Lawrence's Gap, Buyer Beware, the last Marjou, and Blackbird's Lane. Racing on to the 7 furlong point, and Cable is out clear. In second place is Tags Island. Muthaza is in third place, being followed by St. Lawrence's Gap, Buyer Beware, the last Marjou, and Blackbird's Lane. Over the next flight, Cable continues with a clear advantage over Tags Island and Muthaza. Then St. Lawrence's Gap, being followed by Buyer Beware, a couple of lengths to the last Marjou, and Blackbird's Lane remains the back marker. So they're going to flight now the far side before they'll swing to make the descent, and Cable is still way out in front. In second place is Tags Island, with Muthaza in third, then Buyer Beware and St. Lawrence's Gap, and now they begin to make the descent. They've got half a mile to go, and Cable is 12 to 15 in front. Tags Island almost joined by Muthaza as they race downhill on the run now towards the second last flight. Cable and Paul Townend out in front. Muthaza on the outside of Tags Island. Then Buyer Beware, St. Lawrence's Gap, and the last Marjou. They pass the 3 and race towards the second last. Cable the leader, slightly reduced advantage now, about 8 to 9 lengths in front. Muthaza moving second. Tags Island is next. On the run now for the home turn, and Cable now chased by Muthaza, who's cutting into the lead, the long odds-on favourite, as Cable now comes towards the turn, with Muthaza now looming large on the outside, and they're well clear of Tags Island, Buyer Beware, and the last Marjou. The final flight, they're over together, but Muthaza on the near side. Cable trying hard to raise an effort again on the far side after making all the running, but it's the long odds-on favourite, Muthaza, who's going to continue her winning ways and will open the festival with the win for Ruby Walsh and Willie Mullins in the colours of Mrs. Joe Donnelly. Muthaza wins from Cable. The last Marjou is third, and Buyer Beware is fourth.
Well, Cable gave it a good go from the front, didn't he? But in the end, Muthaza was just too good and came through to score comfortably and complete a hat-trick over hurdles. Long odds-on favourite wins our opener here at the festival for Willie Mullins, who had such a good time of things here in 2015, and Ruby Walsh doing the steering.
Result of the first race.
Cable poached that big mid-race lead, or built it up early on in actual fact, but the riding was on the wall coming to the final flight, and Muthaza didn't have to be asked too many questions to go away and scored pretty comfortably in the end. Cable, who ran a fair enough race on his hurdles bout at Wexford, has backed that up with another good effort here, and the last Marjou has come through to grab third spot in the end, never nearer than at the finish. Miss Young's an early foiler, but hopefully all well with horse and rider there. Muthaza will face stiffer tasks than this in the future, but she's a promising mare, and connections obviously have the option of going to the flat with her as well if they like. But easy enough in the end then for the long odds on favourite. In our opener, Martin.
Yeah, Mullins and Walsh already off to a winning
look at that shot, Martin.
Mickey,
that's not supposed to be like that. You know, and that's, you know, there'll be a bit of a surprise when they see that and they come back, because that's actually supposed to be in her mouth instead of hanging down. So.
And that not being there effectively takes away...
Well, it's there to aid the brakes, and I know Rui didn't need much brakes today, but had he needed them, it'd be a bit like stepping your foot on them. They're not working.
Muthaza, what a 6 favourite, goes in from Cable at 20 to the last mile due at 25. Galway, we're off and racing at this year's festival. We'll come back to that in a second. So the second race there.
I tell you what, the way the configuration of that track is, just watch as they come round a turn for the last hurdle here. It's 20 runners in the next handicap hurdle.
It's not long at all, is there?
And off that bend, you might actually have a little bit of scrimmaging. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that causes a slight problem, because that rail seems to throw them out very wide to that obstacle. And I would think with a big field, it might not be that straightforward.
5:45, the next race there. The previous race at Newton Abbot was the 4:55. We saw that incident over your Tom O'Brien pushing Dickie Johnson back.